Hi guys, how's it going? Um, how was the weekend and how is life out there? My name is Taiwo and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time seeing this face, let me try to move away. Yeah. So if this is your first time seeing this face, seeing my face, don't forget to click on the like and the subscribe button. So I'm recording with my phone right now, so the voice might not be clear or it should be clear like it's a Samsung phone, so but you can compare it the quality with my DJI camera and the lot of other devices I use for my conventional video, but hey, just manage it like that. So it's all about communicating. So far you know giving out the information you guys needed. Yeah, that is what matter most. So now, yeah, hi Jubril. How are you? Like, how is life out there? Where are you viewing me from? I believe from Nigeria. Right now, the time is what's the time? The time is 12:03 now, in Alberta. Like yes. This is my first time recording live. It's been a long time. I show up on YouTube live, and when I started my YouTube, every Sunday I'm always on live to answer, just to say hi to you guys, to answer questions, concern and everything. But because now I'm working shift as a shift, so I'll just do 6 days on, 6 days off. So I have 6 days to do anything that I'm doing. So that was my previous position. But right now, I'm in the management team, and I'm now like my shift is now 5/8. 5/8 means Monday, Friday, 8 hours. So yeah, which is not that bad. But now I only have Saturday, Sunday to, do some personal stuff, and there is no time for me to come on live on Sunday morning, to say hi to you. But I think out of no time, even if it's just 30 minutes, I'll try as much as possible, to always come on live. Because a lot of people have a question to ask. I read comments, I read yeah, greeting. Hey, my people from Abeokuta, from Nigeria. Like, I is live out there in Abeokuta. Where in Abeokuta? I'm from Abeokuta. No, I'm from Ogun State, but I live all my life in Abeokuta. Like, I live my life in Abeokuta. So, how can you have one-on-one consultation? One thing is, I don't really do consultation. I don't know. Like, if you have any question, you can ask here and I will reply you. I don't know, like I don't really do consultation. Maybe because I don't take myself and as I'm not an agent, I'm not an immigration consultant. So if I start saying, okay, let me charge you, or let me do it, like you the same information that I can give you for free, like, so why would I charge people, for that? Like, I know, like, especially you guys back home from Nigeria, I know the situation of things and all that. So why will I charge you for consultation if I can give you that same information for free? So if you have any question, you can ask me. But if it's one-on-one, like maybe you don't want to share it, which I don't think, like every information, like we don't do anything secret here. So you can share like it's not a relationship channel, so you can share any information here, then the rest of the team, people also can learn from that. Oh, like yes, like more of this, like every weekend, even if it's just most of the time, I always check. Like right now, I know it's late. It should be around 8 o'clock in Nigeria now. You guys should be around 8 o'clock. So now, if I'm anything by 2 or 3 p.m. here, then it's already late in Nigeria. So it's just the calculation is not always it's not like before that I have time. Even you see that most of my videos right now is not coming every day or every two days like before, because now it's during the winter period. By 4 o'clock, it's already dark. Everywhere is dark. So except I'm doing the video in my room, then I can't go. I prefer to go out and make videos. People always engage with videos outside than indoor. I don't know. Maybe I'm the one thinking it like that though. So I just feel like when I'm out there, I everything flows. But when I'm indoor, maybe I have so many things. My children are disturbing and everything. So my focus will not be on the video. So I just feel like Ojo Ayobami, Paul. Okay, based in Canada, marketing field. Okay, change and what course is best for arts students in you did Toronto. One thing is you are in Toronto, like that is the best place. I'll say Toronto is the best place for any trade job, because reason why is that in my line of work, I've seen so many people that came from Toronto. They got their journeymen in Toronto, and they moved to Alberta because Alberta pays more. Like Alberta pays more, than Toronto. Like in Toronto, there are a lot of people. So when in a place where there are a lot of people, there are a lot of competition, and the demand also will be low. But here, the demand is high for, especially where I am right now. So the demand is high for trade job. So now, is one thing is that for study, you have to look for schools. You have to, I don't know, but right now that Canada is changing a lot of things. So before, I would just tell you, look for any schools that offers maybe diploma in any trade courses and go for it. I think Conestogas, there are some other schools like that, that offer trade courses. And as soon as you do maybe 1 year or 2 years course, then you can go for your journeyman, and you move to another province that will pay you more. See, we are here in Canada. So what are we here to make? It's all about this money. So, and this country is a country whereby people migrate. So that's why I will see people that will be like, oh, people move from one place to another. Like, yeah, if today now, if where I am, if it's not favorable in the next few years, like maybe something happened or the fire, like where I am now, there's always this fire, crisis and all that during the summer. So there'll be wildfires and all that. So if people move from one place to another, is a common thing in Canada. I believe you see, like you see that people will move from Toronto to Alberta, from Alberta to from Nova Scotia to anywhere. So you can also move. Like if you want, you can move. Just you can. It is best. I will advise you get your education in Toronto. You will get it cheaper there, I believe, compared to any other province. And also, it's the same thing. If you get it there, then you can move to any province that you want. Get anything. But if you are on, that is, I believe you're a student. So, but if you are on PR or maybe you're on work permit, then I will advise you to get any certification in trade. You can start with a forklift certification, a forklift ticket. So if you have a forklift ticket, you can get a job in Toronto as a forklift operator, or as a telehandler operator, or as a zoom boom operator, man lift operator, anyone there. And if you feel like moving, then you can move to another province that you think that will pay you higher compared to any other province out there. So yeah, I believe I answer. But if like okay, so Ojo Ayobami. So now, are you a student in and in Mac? Are you a student in Canada, or you're on PR or work permit, or maybe open work permit or closed work permit? So it all depends on the visa, or maybe your status in Canada. So, okay, Mr. Joseph DBC, yeah, good evening, sir. Good evening. So now from Ikene, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate you. So yeah, I'm like my name is Odumosu Taiwo, so I'm from Shagam, but I live all my life in Abeokuta. So I know Abeokuta, ABK from A to Z. So now I like maybe it's been a very long time I we visit Shagam or anything. You know, like I don't even know home self. I don't know, like we don't know our papa house anymore. So we don't come out from house. So it's been a very long time. Coming to Canada soon on open work permit. So I want to learn crane operator. Can I get a PR with that? The thing about crane operator is that you can learn crane operator, but crane operator is it's another course on its own. It's another you can't just go because there's something in heavy duty that we call I'm trying to remember. So now this term that we use. So sorry, let me just do some browsing here because I believe crane operator is the thing is that I don't really know much all over in another province about crane operator. But so I'm going to focus in Alberta here, like in Alberta. So now when we talk about Canada, people always say, ah, in Canada, in Canada, in Canada, but the how things work in Alberta is different from how things work in Nova Scotia, especially when it comes to a heavy duty operator. So and how things work in Toronto is different from how things works in Nova Scotia. So now every province is governed by their rules and regulations. So you cannot just generalize things. Many content creators made that mistake. They'll be like, yeah, in Canada. Like for example, now you cannot get a driver's license with visitor in Alberta, but you can get on a visitor's visa. You can get a driver's license in Ontario. So if and now like before I said it like, oh, you cannot get a visitor's visa, but later on I made my research and I was like, oh, even in Ontario they can give you a driver's license. Even you can get a class one truck driver's license on a visitor visa in Ontario. So, but it's not possible where I am. So now I'm going to give you information. So right now I'm on the Trade Alberta Trade uh, website. So I just want to give you information about the crane operator. I know something, but there are some things that I want to give you in-depth information about that. Okay, crane operator. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Alberta, yes, crane and Austin operator. Let me move my camera to this side. So this is because I know as a crane operator, you cannot just yes, you need a journeyman to. I know that like because it's different from Zoom Boom, it's different from every other LVDT operator. So I just this is what I want to confirm. If you need a journeyman, so you need a journeyman to become a crane operator in Alberta. Like in Alberta, yeah. I don't know about any other province. I'm in Alberta, so I'm going to give you information about Alberta. So now, like right now, I'm on tradesecret .alberta.ca. That is where all tradesmen. So now this is where we always search for information or maybe how to get certified on this and all that. So now let me read some. You have to go for apprentice. So now it's a 3 years course to become a mobile crane operator here in Alberta, and you have to go for an apprentice for that 3 years. You become an apprentice for that 3 years, and that is 1,800 hours of in-job training in your second year, and 1,620 hours of in-job training and 6 weeks of classroom. Now that is just apprenticeship in a short run. So you need to spend some hours at workplace and also some hours in the classroom. And okay, you get a journeyman certification based on your work experience and all that. So yeah, that is that about crane operator. Like that is what I want to confirm, because you don't just go to any short schools. Like if you want to learn a loader, a wheel loader now, you can just go pay like $800 and you will get your ticket within 2 or 3 days. So, but for a crane operator, no. So you have to be a journeyman. You have to look for a company that will sponsor you. Let me how to become a journeyman is that you have to look for, if you have the certification in Nigeria, like if you maybe you are from Nigeria and you are certified, you have a certified, you are certified in crane as a crane operator, that is in Nigeria, you can come to Canada, then go to what's it called, do the exam, so challenge was the program, so we call it the challenge exam. So you challenge the program, like, okay, I know this thing, I'm from Nigeria, I'm certified, so they will ask for your certification and you go and write the exam. So as soon as you write the exam, instead of you becoming journeyman, then they will give you a red seal in that to become a red seal ticket. You have your red seal ticket. Red seal is different from a journeyman. A journeyman ticket means that you can only operate in that province. It be like it's what I'm saying. I'm not really good in teaching. As I have a trainer. I have this training trainer certification whereby I train other people, you know, this same thing. Like what I'm doing now is that my field now is I work now is that I'm an equipment coordinator. So I train people, I train new hires. So like I employ people, I'm in charge of recruitment. So we employ them, we train them on the field and all that. So am I? But that is, you are in Canada. But you people watching me from Nigeria or any, outside the country, you might not understand. Some might not understand some terms that I'm going to use. But I'll try as much as possible to break it down. You the thing is, before, if you have a journeyman ticket, like after your apprentice, after you do your 2 years, 3 years, 4 year apprentice, you get a journeyman ticket. A journeyman can only operate, you can only do that field, that line of work in that province. For example, now if you have a journeyman in Ontario, then you can only do that field, you can only do that work in Ontario. If you have the journeyman in Alberta, you can only, become a mechanic, everything, do everything in Alberta. So if I go to Ontario, maybe tomorrow I want to move to Ontario, then I'll have to write another exam, that okay, to practice that same work in Ontario. But now there is now a general ticket that you can use to practice all over Canada, even in United States. You can use. You don't need to write any other, exam anymore. And we call it red seal. Like if you just go on Google and type red seal, so it's a certification that they will give you. It's owned by the the federal government, and so now it shows that you can operate. If you have a red seal, you can operate in any province in Canada. You can even go to America, so and you do your work there. So that's why. But if you're a crane operator in Nigeria, you can come to Canada, challenge the exams, write the exam. It's very tough, so write the exam and get your red seal. Then you can work in anywhere in the country. So I think that is that about that. Like, let me go back. I have so many comments. Let me go back. Let me go back. Okay. PR. So now, as a crane operator, okay, your last question, Solomon. As a crane operator, you can get a PR as a crane operator. Like you can really get a PR. I have someone right now on the Alberta. I don't know. I made a video of like last month about the Alberta PNP provisional nominee on the expression of interest. I know someone that got invited. Even the invitation came into my mail because I helped this person to apply for that program, and that is they invited this person to apply for the program because it's an expression of interest. I said it in that video, like anybody can apply for that for the Alberta, PMP, the expression of interest. And this person applied, I helped him, and I used one of my mails, and it was the invitation came in through. So he has, maybe the point was around 50 points. He has a 50 point, you know, and which is very low. But do you know why he was picked? Because he's into trade in Nigeria. So he's a tradesman in Nigeria. And he's not even just a tradesman, he's my own mechanic. Go, 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 when I'm in Nigeria. So I helped him, like, hey, all this, when you are here, like, oh God, don't forget me, don't forget me. I was like, okay, I saw this thing, I posted to you guys, and I was like, okay, give me your information, let me apply for you. And his point was not even up to 50 points, maybe like 48 points. I just like, let's just see, sha. And when they make a draw that very day, the draw, they picked 45 points, 45. So, and his point is around 48 points, which is very, very low. And they sent him an invite, for the Alberta. So he's my own mechanic, like. So that's just it. You can, if you are in trade in Canada right now, Canada is in need of a tradesman, no matter what. I said it in my video then, that you apply. I made a video about it, like, hey, I'm in Alberta. Like, I always say this, I don't know what is going on in any other province. I'm not this person that will come and tell you, hey, Nova Scotia is looking for 1,000 this thing, that you don't even know what is happening there or anything. Though this is on internet, you can read and everything, but no, it's not about reading. Some other things that will not be on their this thing. Maybe the information have changed, maybe a lot, but anything in my province, I know, because I'm always, especially when it comes to trade, I always give it a follow up, and I always give you guys the best information you need. So now you can, the Alberta PMP is still open right now for anybody that still want to apply. You can just go back to my video which I made about it, and give it a shot. Like, it costs nothing. Like, it is an expression of interest, so it costs nothing. Okay, which every my husband is in Toronto. Let me read this one first, from Favor. uh yes, your husband can get a PR in Toronto, um as a forklift operator. Like, if if for now, see, one of the best way to get a PR now is through the provisional nomination. Like, it's through the provisional. You can get it through the about like the Canada, there's this federal nomination also, that if you have 1 year 1 year of work experience, say like the CEC, yeah. So you can get it, you can also get it through the Canada CEC. So let me try. So I'm not an immigration consultant, so I don't really know most of yeah, the Canada experience class. Yeah, that is what I want to get. So you can also get nominated through the Canada experience class. But if his point is low, if your husband point is low, then I think you can also get nominated through. Let me try something. Let me check something on Ontario PNP, the OINP. So then what? Who are they calling? Like, I, you, a favor, you are sending me to where I don't really, Ontario. Like, this is my first time on Ontario uh, PNP website. So let me see who because in Alberta, their last draw, you'll have seen history of who they have invited, and they coming. I hope I'm not delaying a lot of people. Are you guys still here, still following me? So I just want to check something for our favor here, like who for their last draws, like there are 3 to 5 draws. Let's see who they are calling, like who they invited and the NOC that they have been inviting for the past. Okay, invitation. So I just want to see something. Okay, now this is what I want to see. Yes. Okay, let me show you guys something. Yeah. Can I switch my camera? Is my camera switching? No, not switching. Sorry. Okay. Now, like let's see, October 8th, 2024. They invited 885 people. So and that is it. For it's the same thing. Points. This is the point 48. So 48 scores. So like anybody that has 48 scores, in trade, in skilled trade occupation. So that is what I want to show you favor. Like this is Ontario. You can see the Ontario immigrant nomination. As a forklift operator in Canada, you have the highest chance of getting a provisional nomination because that is what your province, every province in Canada now need a tradesman, and that is it. So that is what I'm saying. Like that, and even on the same on October 8th, uh, they invited another X841, and of that has a point of 52 and above in uh, other priority occupations. So now that is another one. So that is another occupation. But if you see skilled trade occupation, they are saying forklift, the rest of other skilled trade. So because you need to have a skill to operate a forklift. So even October. So October 8th was the last time. That is the last time Ontario invited a lot of people. So now I think that was the last time. So even the same thing in Alberta, but Alberta still invited in December. So and that is it for the end of the year. So now, but I think Ontario closed their draw in October. So that will be another draw will start by January. Everybody they are on break right now. So then that is it. A lot of targeted draws. So am I showing? So now I think you see what I'm saying. Like your husband have a very high chance of getting invited uh, in Ontario as a forklift operator. They will only ask one thing. At that moment, you have a very valid work permit and you have a stable job, a permanent job, and also they will ask, what do you need again for this Ontario? You need to have been working in Ontario for like for 6 months and above, and that is it. So about it. So if you have that three things, a valid work permit at the moment when you applied for this program, 6 months and above, experience in Ontario, and you have you have a stable job at that moment. So now, and they will give you the nomination. So now, okay, let me read another question here. Sorry. Um, Coming to Canada on open work permit. So, okay, that is crane operator. Uh, which heavy duty operator do you need? You don't need a journeyman. There are so many heavy duty operator that you don't need a journeyman. Like forklift, you don't need a journeyman to operate a forklift. A zoom boom, you don't need a journeyman. A loader, you don't need a journeyman. A skid steer, you don't need a journeyman. There are so many like that. Like even the class 2 forklift, you don't need a journeyman. Swing reach, other pickers, combi lift, uh, so many equipment like that you don't need a journeyman to you can get the tickets within 2 days and you go to go. Even there are some job that you don't even need to have the ticket. Like you get employed. I'm saying it because I'm inside. You will get employed and they will teach you, they will train you, they will give you in-house, tickets, and you're good to go. They will give you the training in-house. So there are some job right now. If you are in a province whereby, you know, they need people and you applied, like, okay, for example, in my province right now, you can get a forklift operator, you can get all this job without you having a ticket. So what you only need to have is just, you need to have your Wimix. You need to have, even you don't even need to have your Wimix in some jobs. Like as soon as you get employed, the company will pay for everything. Like they will pay for everything. So they will teach you, they will train you within, we call it the orientation period. So during the orientation period, they will train you everything you need to know. So your first 3 months is your orientation period, is your probational period. So that's the first 3 months, but the first month is your orientation period. That is the month that they will train you about, because how things are done in construction industry is different from how things is being done in petroleum industry, and it's different from how things are being done in warehousing. So even if you come from petroleum industry, maybe you have experience as a forklift or as a loader or as an operator in the petroleum industry. If you get employed in a warehouse, they will have to train you. This is how things are being done here, and this is how we do our thing here. This is how we do our stuff here. This is some equipment that you are not used to. They will train you on how to use it, and they will give you a ticket. Some companies that don't, like, they don't offer in-house training, they will send you to a school, to get you certified. All these 8 hours, a day school or 2 day schools to get you so you get your certification with it. So that's it. There are so many equipment that you can get trained without being a journeyman. So there are so many, which college trade schools offer admission in May 2025. There are so many trade schools, there are so many colleges that I think they have their admission open right now. Now, I will advise you when coming right now, this is 2024. You have to start, if your plan is to come to Canada in 2025, then this is the best time for you to start. You have to look for, and because the best time to come is September, so during the winter season. So this is the best time for you to come. You have to look for schools. There are so many schools. Your schools will depend on the province, your province, schools, province, the location all matter most. People prefer to go to Ontario. Some people prefer to go to Nova Scotia. Some prefer to go to Alberta. So there are so many schools in Canada. I like, I can't start mentioning. So you need to do your, checking, check the school, check that the money is okay. So like the money, like the school fee is something that you can afford, and check the location also that you can get work, while you're schooling. Check that you are okay with the location. People always prefer Ontario because Ontario is not that too cold. Don't Many people don't like Alberta because it's always too cold. Right now, what's the temperature? Right now, it's not that too cold, but we are in -7 degree, -7. Let me check the weather in Ontario for you. This -7 is because right now it's currently snowing. Like we've been having lot of snows for the past. So when there is snow, the weather is snowing. So the weather is not that too cold. And -7 is too cold. But for me, I would say it's not that too cold because we walk outside and all that. So -7 is just like a child play. But let me check something. Weather in Ontario for you. So right now weather in Ontario for coming, weather in Ontario is 6 degree. It's not even -6 degree. In 6 degree, I can go out with a singlet. Like if someone in Alberta, especially in Fort McMurray, go to Ontario, in 6 degree, I'll go out without even wearing, a jacket or wearing anything. Like not even this one. I can walk outside, just a normal armless or anything. So that is 6 degree. It's not too. It's not always that cold in Ontario. So people, your location. One thing about Canada is that your location will determine your way of life there. When I moved to Canada, I landed in Ontario. Sorry, on Ontario, okay. In Alberta, in Calgary, and from Calgary, I moved up north. So it's the same way. People that stays in Ontario, they love it. It's a very nice place, and some they can never move away from Ontario because of the weather, because of the people. There are so many Nigerians, the community. There are so many Nigerians and all that. Here, there are not too many Nigerians, especially where I live. Here, there are Nigerians, oh, but we are not that many there. So, okay. I think okay. I'm 34 from Nigeria. No job, no skill, no degree. What is the best advice for me? My best advice. Your question is age should not. You don't need to look at the age. I'll say age should not stop you from traveling. I've seen people like I'm always online, and I have a YouTube channel. I meet with people. I talk about trade, and I've seen people here in Canada without skills, no education, nothing, and they are living good. They traveled. See, it's just for you to look for opportunity. Let me say something. Let me just bring something out. Like 3, 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, like let's say 3, 4 years back, or 2, 3, 4 years back, you see all this coming, all this country, they open their border. UK, oh, Canada, oh, Australia, oh, all these they open their border, and so many people use the opportunity to jackpot. We call it jackpot period. Now they are closing their borders, they are closing the gates and everything. It's just to look for opportunity. Some like as people that you yourself, like you and I, we know that 2, 3, 4 years, last year, 2 years, 3 years ago back, a lot of people left Nigeria. We definitely have someone in our contact that is now living in the UK now, or in Canada, or in Australia, or anywhere, even in Europe. It's just for you to look for an opportunity. That is just it. And now we don't really have much opportunity out there like before, but there is still opportunity. You don't even I'll say this, you don't have education, but you can still get educated in Nigeria, like O level, like O level. Let's see. I don't want to share something, but because I will show you. Like I said it last or previous like 10 minutes ago that my own mechanic got invited. He's in Nigeria right now. He's still in Nigeria, but he's my mechanic, and he got invited in Alberta. So he has nothing, just O level. Is O level. What is NECO external distance? That is what he used. I told him last year, like, just get your O level. All this, there may be WAEC external like NECO, but he used NECO. But all this NECO we have the May June, like we have this May June, but in October there's this external, this thing that NECO and WAEC do have, and that is it. He only has 5 credits, even no math, no anything, but you don't need that to come to Canada. Uh, you only just need 5 credits, and as soon as you have 5 credit. You can apply to any school that you want to come. They will definitely, if any course, just come. So now he used it and he applied. We used that. So now, as soon as the result came out, I send it to Wes, that's the World Educational Service, to get evaluated. So the result got evaluated, and that is what is using to process his permanent resident right now. You don't, I'll say like that's I'm just saying it in like this is someone you don't need to have a university degree, you don't need to have a master's, a PhD, anything to travel or to it's just to know the way and the opportunity and everything. And there are so many online, but one thing about people is that about Nigerians is that we don't like taking risk. And that is just it. We don't like taking. I will say this. One thing is anybody that you see that traveled took a risk. Nobody have that 100% assurance that it's going to work out. No be my papa gets a day, what's it called, be the consular or maybe the visa officer or anything. We'll just submit, give it a shot, close our eye. And I'm a Yoruba man will say after you am a follow Shiwaju, I'm a fan of Tele, put Jesus first and put Allah in the second. Like so just close your eyes and leave it. And if it work out, fine. If it doesn't work out, and if it work out, yeah. So that's it. Nobody have that. No one like you have to give it a shot. Like take a risk. Take the risk. And taking a risk doesn't mean maybe you give one visa agent any this. See, all this visa, I have worked with so many people here, and I realized that most of these visa agents they know nothing. There are some that they are very, very good. I'm not generalizing things. Some are very good, but most that we see, they are not. They are now the people that are good will be because all these visa agents that they are good, you don't see them online. That they are very good. You don't see them opening Instagram page doing it. They are always secrets inside one place doing their work. But all these people that are doing being everywhere, come to Canada, come doing all these things. They are the people now that they will take 10 million from you, then go and give 500K to that agent that is good because he doesn't charge much. He's just doing his own work and he has a lot of customers, so he's okay and everything. But all these people that are charging 10 million, 20 million, and they will now go and give that. Okay, I have one client for you. So you can all this information you can find it online. I'll say it's just for us to read, check what is going on, follow the news. The best way to immigration one as soon as a program is launched, that is the best time to apply for that program. When as soon as any program they say, okay, one province launch one program for anybody, everybody can applied, get everything ready. If you have WAHEC or NECO, get them evaluated, get your NECO your evaluated, go to the World Educational Service. You can do it within a day, paid for the evaluation, go to NECO or WAHEC website. I think it's like 5,000 that I use for this guy. So you pay 5,000 on the NECO website, the same thing with the WAEC, and they will now send your result to the World Educational Service. That same day, they will do it. They already have like a link together, so they just put in their email there and they will send it to them immediately. They will confirm it, what the educational service will confirm, and they will evaluate your result to Canadian standard within 15 days, 15, 20 days. You have it ready. As soon as they requested for it, you upload it. So the best time to apply for any immigration program is when that program, they just launch it. Because at that moment they launched the program, it has not casted. So, people don't like, a lot of people don't know it, but the first set of people that applied, those are the people that go through. But when later on that they will now start adding more documents, more these, okay, we need your father's land, we need your, but when a program is launched, best time is to apply for it. So yeah, I think that is that. Okay. Planning to relocate to Nova Scotia and join my wife, please. What school can you recommend for work opportunity in heavy duty? If you're going to Nova Scotia to join your wife, and you want to go into heavy duty, we will recommend you to start small. You can get all this a day-to-day training. You can start as a skid operator. You can get trained as a skid within a day and you get your ticket. You don't need to do the training in Nigeria. You don't need to have the knowledge in Nigeria. I'll, before I come to Canada, I'm also thinking, okay, I need to do some training in Nigeria. Even I still have the contact, their groups and everything. So I went around, if we like, I'm in Abeokuta, so I always go to Lagos and Abeokuta mostly every week. I will go to Lagos for the weekend. I'll come back to ABK. So now, doing along this Lagos Ibadan expressway, there we have a lot of all these heavy equipment rental companies. So if you are familiar with that route, you hear me. So now along the Lagos and the expressway, maybe is it the Lagos Ibadan? Yeah, Lagos Ibadan. So there are so many heavy equipment rentals there. Like you see their loader, everything, they'll pack it along the road there. So I think they always rent it for this company now. And so I went to them like, sorry, please, oh, I'm traveling out very soon. So I want to learn anything, just anything. Because let me just come to Canada with one experience. As you are looking at me, I don't have all this heavy duty experience in Nigeria. I'm not anything. I be a deporter as I did so. I went to them like to like three or four places there that I just teach me anything. They were like, like before you can even touch the equipment, you need like 6 months training, like 1 year for loader, for this 2 years for this thing, like I only have less than a month, so I just need to have the idea. They were like, man, it's not possible. I went, so the only company that, so they now gave me someone contact, like, okay, for forklift, that okay, I can learn forklift within 1 week. Like I'll be able to operate forklift within 1 week and everything. And at that moment, I only have just 2 or 3 days left to travel. So just be like, okay, let me travel. If I have learned that thing in Nigeria, it will have even be wasted because their certification, Nigerian certification on all this thing is not, no company will accept it from you here. How they train, see, forklift operator that they are telling me that I will learn within 1 week in Nigeria, it's 8 hours here. If you meet me one on one and we see forklift, if there's one forklift here and we are together here, I will train you on forklift in Canadian standard, give you a certification because that's what I do. Like with the company I'm working for now, so I mean I'm their equipment coordinator. I issue certification. I will issue a certification for you before the end of the day, and you will be able to operate. You will operate the forklift perfectly with before that end of the day. Like you don't need to spend 1 week or 2 weeks or anything. The first thing you need to know is FLHA. That's the field level risk assessment. So to be able to assess your environment, okay, if I'm going, this is when going. I'm just giving you basic, because here in Canada, when you are backing up, you honk twice. When going for, you honk once. So now, and the second thing is equipment checklist, how to be able to do your checklist, the hydraulics, the danger. We'll do the classroom first, then we'll do the practical, to be able to do your checklist, the hydraulics, the free oil, the filter, the how to check everything. And the next is to show you the control, train you the control, give you some basic tests. Okay, Mugo, drive forward, drive backward, maneuvering, loading and unloading, pick some pallets for like 2 3 hours. Before 7 8 hours, you will operate the equipment perfectly. I'm not talking about warehouse forklift here. I'm talking about Celic 8 X 80 X100. That's a 10,000 kg Celic, the forklift. 15,000 pound forklift, not all these small warehouse 5K Toyota, forklift. So now you will be able to do that before the end of the day. So you don't need. In Canada, there is a line for training for anything, for every equipment. So there is a line that you have to follow when training people, and you don't have to spend 8 hours there. For loader training, you will get your loader training within 2 or 3 days. It doesn't take much. So the first day is the classroom. The second day is the physical training, whereby you show you the checklist. You do a lot of things, check the control, the functions, and all that. And by the third day, you will get certified on that. Third day service, if you are dull, by second day, end of the second day, you get certified on that. If your plan is to come to Canada, and maybe you don't have the experience, heavy duty experience, like you are not a mechanic, you are not all this trade whereby it's recognized, and you need to practice it here, because like a mechanic, like a crane operator, like this diesel mechanic and all that, like a technician and all. As soon as you show up in Canada, you can get all this forklift and everything within a day. Just forklift is a day course, not 1 week course as Nigeria. Then I need water. This is 52 minutes. Okay, leverage on trade sponsorship in Canada. Learn crane or excavator. Okay. Let me see another question. Can you talk about issuing WAEC for PR? I have a WAEC with 5 years experience in house painting. How can I process PR? Okay, if you have a WAEC, what you have to do first is you have to evaluate your WAEC. Like, evaluation is very, very important. So where to evaluate is this website, this west.org. West is the World Educational Service. That is what IRCC, the Canada immigration portal, that is what they use. So that is the only, I think one of the only evaluation website that they accept. I think they accept West, they accept iQuest and all that. But West is the fastest and is okay. So West World Educational Service, you can just search on Google World Educational Service, follow registered, follow the process, and it's very easy. See, there are so many. You don't need to pay people for something that you can find the information online. There are so many YouTube videos on how to do all these things. Then you go to WAEC website. You just type in WAEC West, what's it called, portal. There is a separate portal in WAEC whereby they will, maybe you pay like 2,000 or 2,500 or something, and they will send your result directly, because they have to be the one to send it directly. So they will send your result directly to West. It's the same day. Before, they will always send it through Korea, but right now they now have a link with West that they will send it directly via email directly to West, and West will confirm it in just 3 days. Immediately West confirmed it, they will send you an email that okay, we'll receive your result. They are evaluating it. So they will evaluate your result within 15 days to Canadian standard. And that is what you now use to apply for a PR in painting. So what you only need to show when applying for a permanent resident is that your experience, information, your experience in painting. So you have a 5 years experience already. The company that you're working for, everything, their documents, their was if it's a registered company, which I believe it should be a registered company. So with all this, I forgot this name that this in Nigeria, all this registered company has this portal. Like I forgot I forgot like you need to Nigeria. Let me see something. I forgot the name of Nigeria company registration. Yeah. CAC. So like your company, the company you work for has a CAC. So just all their document, everything, and that is what you use, you know, to apply for a PR. So it's as easy as that. But people don't want to go through that. People don't want to spend money, for the evaluation for these. And another thing that you need to do is you need to do your IT. I think yes, IELTS. So IELTS. You need to do. I did Celtic. So like, but you in Nigeria you need to do your IELTS. Yes, you need to do your IELTS. So now, and which people, that is where people always move back when you tell them that you need, one thing is that you need to do your ALTS, because they'll be like, man, English test or anything. I did it, and it's not that hard as people think. See, my English is not pure. I'm saying I'm speaking Abeokuta English. I say I work like I'm in a management position where I work. In the morning, we'll do toolbox meeting. I'm the one. See, this my English. This is what I always used to do toolbox. One thing about toolbox, if you guys don't know toolbox meeting, is that before the start of the day in any heavy duty industry in Canada, before the start of the shift, the leader in that company will come out to read a safety talk to people, like to the team. So now, every day with this bad English, like I'll say it's this Abeokuta accent. This is what I'll use to read toolbox for people, fly for the white man, and they understand what I'm saying. I don't. So some Nigerians always even use accent. Like, I don't use accent. Like, hey, good morning, everyone. Today, so now let's talk about today's toolbox talk is about the weather condition. Right now is minus 15 degree. So please, you have to dress for the weather, stay hydrated. If you take a break, and if you need any help, ask for help. That is it. You just need confidence, and I don't like people always fair when like I did the same thing. They're always scared when we talk about IELTS, about English test or anything. I did it. You did, like, you just give it a shot. Like, if you failed the first time, for trade, if you are even in trade, it is even low. You don't need to have 9 or 8 or 6 in English, 7 in speaking. You don't need to know. You just need to have, I think it's band 6 or anything. I forgot. So that's what you need to have. When it comes to, so you don't need to be perfect. Now, this Abeokuta accent that I'm using, that I use, and I did it, I passed. We are from Nigeria now. We at least did primary school, we did English, secondary school, we do English. I'm telling you, I'm thirsty. Like I've been speaking now for like 1 hour. So So now it's the same English that we use. Like you have to give it a shot. You just have to um try, do it, close your eye, take the risk. That is what people don't want to take. Risk, risk, risk. Ramat, what happened? Can you get me water downstairs?
Are you done doing video?
No, I'm not. Just a few minutes. So the okay. Yeah. You cannot appear with work alone without. Okay. Will you give an international student that is working at one of their facility doing maintenance? Okay. Okay. Let me see. Let me reply this question. I think this will be my last question. So I'm really tasty now. So I need to. Uh, what advice will you give an international student that is working with the city at one of their facilities doing maintenance? The advice I'll give you as an international student is that get as much certification as you need. See, I don't know if the company in the city you're working for, they have in-house certification and all that, but get as much certification. No experience is a waste. As you're working there, if they ask you guys to do something, to go do some courses, in-house courses, in all this thing, get all those certification, all those tickets at the end of those programs, get them. If you notice, if there's a poster like, okay, there's something, maybe it will cost maybe $100, anything, go do the course, get it. See, no knowledge is a waste, especially in this country right now. No, no. Oh, thank you so much. So, no knowledge is a waste. Get the experience, get anything that you think will be valuable for you. Because as an international student now, with all these things that is going on out there, nobody knows what will happen in the next 1 year. I think the election is next year. No one knows what will happen. Everything can change all of a sudden now that, right now, we all know that now the students are to be blamed. Hey, anything those students, this thing is the student is the cause of it. That student is the cause of it. But if you are in the trade line, know that you are secure because nothing will happen to you. No matter how bad or how the country is becoming, every country need a tradesman. Even right now that Nigerian is people are saying complain, Nigerians still need everybody still need mechanic. You still need technician. The same thing with Canada. They will build house, they will repair their cars. So you need a plumber. No matter how that country is bad, even in Iraq, Iran, all this country, they you need a tradesman. So if you are in a tradesman, nothing, see, I can promise you that nothing will touch you. No matter how the immigration is anything, there will always be a tradesman, a trade demand in any country. So okay, what do I need to study in Canada to learn forklift? You don't need to you don't need to learn to study anything to learn to be a forklift operator in Canada here. It's just to go to the school. Like there are I think I have a video about it. There are so many companies that offers the training. You can get a forklift ticket with just $200 or so. So depending on your location. What do I need? Okay. in HN in ICT, please, what can you give me about the PR so that I can apply for a forklift lifter? Anything? Like I don't know. Like you have an HND in ICT, you don't have a forklift experience, so it will not. I don't think you can apply for a PR with a forklift as with an experience of a forklift with an HND in ICT. It is possible, but they want to know your experience, they want you to prove your experience, especially the company you've worked for, how long, blah blah blah, and all that. So it's like it's possible, but how will you, you know, what's it called? How will you show your experience when you don't have one? See, let me answer this question from Nevin. When people say there's no job, I'll say this like truly in Canada now, situation of job is anyhow, but there are still job. There are job, but the thing is that low income job is now hard to get. That is it. Low income job, I mean, maybe you want to work in Tim Hortons, McDonald's, all this sales job, you as a sales rep and everything, all these jobs are hard to get because before, all these high school students are the one doing this job. Now, when high school students, when they resume back to school, like right now, schools will resume back by January, so there will be vacancy everywhere. People will come, they will apply for this job. So there are always vacancy. Like you see, company are putting it. We need people and all that. We are always employing and all. So immediately you go in, they will, and you're ready to work. Companies they will give you they will accept your application and they will give you the job. But right now, international students, for the past 3, 2, 3, 4 years, whereby a lot of international students came in. International students are the one taking this job now, whereby a lot of Canadians, they can't find their job, like their sons, their daughters, whereby doing the holiday that they will do. These are jobs that they have been doing before. So now they can't find that job anymore. So that's why they are complaining that there's no job. And now, the government is now trying a lot of things. Now they have restrict for 20 hours. But still, there are so many students that are still doing more than 20 hours. But in trade, I will say this that there are jobs in trade. It all depends on where you are. Your location determines. So there are some locations that they don't really have much trade jobs there. That's it's all about like for example, if you're living in let's say in Ontario or like in Toronto, whereby it's all about they have a lot of offices and everything there. You might not find what's it called a trade job like a forklift operator because the lot of offices, lot of head office and everything. That is what they have there. So you need to move to another location. That there are a lot of industries, there are a lot of warehousing, there are a lot of oil like refineries, oil rigs, and all that. So like right now, I'm working with an oil company, so it's a lot of industries and also moving. I'll say moving, migrating from one location to another is normal in Canada, but Nigeria, we don't want to take the risk to move. If maybe there's a layoff or maybe there's I got fired or anything one day and another company called me in another city or in another location, I will go. I will just pack my bag and go if the pay is okay. So you see, and that's what even white people like here in Canada, like the Canadians, they move from one location to another. Where I am right now, a lot of Newfoundlands and Nova Scotias, there are many here, like Newfield language, their accent is very, very hard to understand. But now I now understand it because that is the people I work with. Like if they talk, like they have a very fast accent, and now I can like we communicate perfectly. From the beginning, I find it hard. I always listen carefully when they're talking, but now it's okay. Like I used to them, the same thing to them also. They are used to my language, so if we talk as a friend, colleagues, and all that, so they migrate from Newfields to here. Like a lot of people, it's the same. Like but we like because our maybe African lifestyle, we don't want to move, so we always want to stay in one place. Then so you move, like you just move away, like go to another location, start your life. You're an immigrant, so if the Canadians can do that, so now and that is what people don't understand, don't want to understand is that it's not everywhere that you can find one just why the people are saying there's no job in Canada, but there are still so many locations, so many rural communities that they are still in need of jobs. But people don't want to live in the rural side because it's too cold, or maybe because there's no club, there's no lifestyle. But these people are begging you with money, so it's all about money, man. Okay, I'm watching from South Africa. Thank you, my brother or my sister from South Africa. Okay, as a skill trade, it is it yeah, yeah, you must write, yes, you must write IELTS. Yes, you must evaluate your certificate, I mean your high school or your maybe your degree, anyone, it has to be evaluated and you need to write IELTS. People don't want to write it, but it's not something that is bad. Like it's not that hard. Like it's not hard. I'll say like IELTS is not hard. Like it's not. You just need to read for it. I'll say I wrote Celtic, and I, I I just applied and I did not even like I didn't open anything and I passed. Like I did like no tests. I maybe a day before I checked some things, some videos on YouTube on how pronunciation and everything to pass. It's all about cramming. But you maybe you need to do the test, write the test. There are so many videos on YouTube that will guide you on what to say. And for a trade person, you don't need to have high scores. You just need to have, think CL a 6 or 7, depending on your yeah, depending on the province you're applying for. I think it's 6. So you don't need to focus on getting over 100, like too many marks and all that. Communication is just like if we are from Nigeria, so is we everybody speak English in one way or the other. Okay, so okay, like now this will be the end of my video. Like, I really thank you guys so much because I still need to. It's this is 1:15 p.m. right here, so I need to. I still have some videos to record and a lot of things to do. So still edit, still upload on my YouTube. So I really appreciate you guys. If you have more questions, I know you guys still have more questions to ask me. So we can this same time next week, more next week Sunday, or no next week, not next week Sunday. I'll be online on maybe October 1st. Yeah, what the fuck is what is October 1st? January 1st. So now I'll be online in January 1st. So I'll be on break and I'll be online then. That'll be in a few days. So yeah, I'll come online and we'll talk to each other, have fun, you know, enjoyed, ask questions and all that. So thank you so much. I really, really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you. Take care. Bye bye.